Today in cannabis news, data reveals a record high for statewide monthly cannabis retail in Arizona. A New York lawmaker submits a proposal to permit state-authorized cannabis firms to deduct specific production costs from their state tax returns. And the payment processing corporation Visa alerts clients and cannabis companies of the use of cashless ATMs for regulatory workarounds. It's Tuesday, December 14th, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, as per state financial regulators, cannabis retail in Arizona reached new levels in October, with roughly $58 million in adult use cannabis retail during the month. The Arizona Department of Revenue revealed that approximately $4.9 million in sales tax for recreational cannabis were generated in October. Arizonans spent an additional $9.7 million on cannabis, edibles, oils, and related cannabis products after paying the 16% excise tax. Proposition 207, which allowed adult use cannabis consumption, was adopted by Arizona residents in 2020, and commerce started at the beginning of 2021. The last high for recreational cannabis retail was $54.5 million in July. Medical cannabis is also legal in Arizona, and the state receives sales tax from it too, making it still a bigger sector than the recreational cannabis industry. Medical cannabis retail is estimated to have totaled $63 million in October, according to ADOR authorities.
Next up, a proposal submitted to the New York State Senate seeks to permit authorized cannabis firms to deduct specific production costs from their state tax returns, which will create a more equitable taxation system and allow more local, small businesses to participate in the cannabis market, according to the proposal sponsor, Senator Jeremy Cooney. The bill is a departure from both current state statute and federal taxation policy, which forbids cannabis enterprises from taking deductions accessible to firms in other industries on their federal tax returns under IRS Code Section 280E. Market proponents have argued that federal and state regulations are discriminatory to cannabis firms, with merchants and smaller companies bearing the brunt of the burden. As per trade associations and financial professionals, 280E effectively makes it so that several cannabis companies see overall taxation rates of around 80%, since they are unable to deduct inventories and operational expenditures.
Last up, Visa, one of the biggest card and payment processing corporations worldwide, has sent out a regulatory notification to clients alerting them that miscoding point-of-sale purchases by using cashless automated teller machines, a process utilized among cannabis vendors as a temporary fix to process credit or debit transactions, could result in fines and undisclosed disciplinary actions. The alert occurs as politicians in the U.S. Congress debate upon how to deal with cannabis companies and financial services. The House approved a defense package in September that included provisions protecting banking institutions that engage with state-licensed cannabis enterprises. But those measures were not included in a revised bicameral agreement submitted last week following discussions with Senate lawmakers. In the notice, which was acquired by Marijuana Moment, Visa asserted that the corporation is aware of the scheme. Although the notice refrains from explicitly naming cannabis, it states that cashless ATMs are primarily marketed to merchant types that are unable to obtain payment services, whether due to Visa rules, rules of other networks, or legal or regulatory prohibitions, which largely involves cannabis companies.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. For Trichomes.com, I'm RJ Balde.
And I'm Devin Leal. Have a great day.